certainly looking forward. Saturday snoozer. Tactically fit. All this coming up on Horses and Courses.
This is the OTB Television Network.
One night, boss.
The Off-Track Betting Television Network presents Horses and Courses, OTB Thoroughbred News with your host, Jack Wolfeseder. And now with a look at this week's news in the thoroughbred industry, here's Jack.
And hello again, everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of Horses and Courses. Final 2 weeks of 1998 are upon us here, and last opportunities to bulk up those bankrolls of some of our thoroughbreds before they turn the corner and go into their 1999 season. And of course, we've got the juveniles coming up to their 3-year-old seasons. A lot of 2-year-old action this week. South Florida, Southern California. We've got Turfway for you as well with a 2-year-old race as they're looking to see who can go on as the distances start to stretch out. Always very interesting to watch how these juveniles progress. And of course also mid-December, coming up to that magical time of year, the Christmas season. Hope you're all hustling and bustling about, getting all those gifts and niceties underway. We've got some niceties for you on the program this week, to be sure. The juvenile races we talked about, some nice turf races, and our usual potpourri of other good stake races from around the country. Let's start things off down in Miami, as we usually do. The 2-year-olds in action, Colts and fillies over the weekend. The What a Pleasure Stakes for the Colts on Saturday afternoon. 1.16 the distance now to $100,000 is the guaranteed purse on the race. Let's start things off with the What a Pleasure and Phil Saltzman's call.
They're all in the gate. And they're off in the What a Pleasure Stakes. At the rails, Certain breaks sharply, middle of the track, Special Coach. Moving up toward the outside, that's Lucky Appeal, and further out comes Mr. Rourke. A length back, that's Throw the Book at Him. Then moving toward the inside, it's Greek Tycoon. Next to the outside, it's Silver Honors, and at the rail, Grade 1. They move around the clubhouse turn with Lucky Appeal in front, a length and a half. Special Coach is in second position on the outside, Mr. Rourke. Inside of him at the rail, it's Certain, and a length back to the outside, that's Throw the Book at Him. Another length back to the inside, Greek Tycoon. Then comes Silver Honors, and a length back to the rail, Grade 1. They went the first quarter 23 and 4, 5 furlongs left to go. Lucky Appeal leads by almost a length. It's Special Coach forcing the pace second. Outside of him, it's Mr. Rourke. 2 lengths to the inside is Certain, and it's another length back to the inside. That's Greek Tycoon. To the outside, Throw the Book at Him. Then 2 lengths back to the inside, Grade 1, and now the trailer is Silver Honors. The half in 48 seconds flat, and there's 3 furlongs left to go. It's Lucky Appeal still there by 2 on the outside. Mr. Rourke is second. Length back to the inside, Special Coach. Then Certain moves to the outside. Further out, it's Throw the Book at Him. Length and a half to the inside, that's Greek Tycoon. Then 2.5 lengths back, Grade 1, the trailer Silver Honors. They went 3 quarters and 1, 12 and 2. 3/16 of a mile to come in the What a Pleasure Stakes. On the inside with the lead, Lucky Appeal. He's been there since the beginning. Here comes Certain on the outside. 2 lengths back to the far outside. Throw the Book at Him. They come to the 16th pole. Certain in front now by a length. On the inside, it's Lucky Appeal to the outside. Throw the Book at Him. Then Grade 1 rallies. Deep stretch. It's Certain. He takes the What a Pleasure Stakes. Throw the Book at Him was up for the place.
Certain, and indeed Certain is certainly looking forward to his 1999 season and perhaps some 3-year-old action at Gulfstream Park. This is a son of Out of Place, a Cox's Ridge stallion. We're going to see another son of Out of Place a little bit later on in the show this week, but Certain gets the job done for Leo Azpura. His third win in a row out of 5 starts. The other 2 times he was second. So this guy is a definite runner here. Just draws away by full length, sent off at 5-2. Throw the Book at him was coming on late, but no match for the winner. We'll get the place spot. Lucky Appeal tried to go all the way around and hang on for the show money. Certain, his mile and a 16th, Saturday in 1:47 on the button. Okay, on Sunday in Miami, it was the 2-year-old filly's turn to go a mile and a 16th. We have the Boca Raton Stakes for you. Again, we have a $100,000 guaranteed purse. And again, here's Phil describing the race.
They're all in the gate, and they're off for the Boca Raton Stakes. In the middle of the track, Dude Declare moves for the lead. Rushing up inside of her comes Bal d'Argent. Now Bal d'Argent gets clear a length and a half. Moving to the far outside, Alice's Magic moves up at the rail. That's She's Got the Look. It's a length back to the outside, Head Count. Fresh Air moves toward the inside, and at the rail, Mama Ella. The field moves around the clubhouse turn, heads for the backstretch with Bal d'Argent in front by a length to the outside. Dude Declare, Alice's Magic on the far outside. Between horses, She's Got the Look. Then at the rail, it's Fresh Air. Half length back to the outside, Head Count. The trailer, Mama Ella, about 8 lengths off the lead. They went the first quarter in 24-1. They move up the backstretch to the half-mile pole. Bal d'Argent continues to lead by a length and a half. On the outside, Alice's Magic is second. Then between horses, it's Dude Declare. Moving toward the inside, She's Got the Look. Another length and a half back toward the outside, that's Head Count. Then at the rail, it's Fresh Air. 2 lengths to Mama Ella. They went the half in 49-1. 3 furlongs left to go. Bal d'Argent's been there since the beginning. Still leads by a length and a half. She's Got the Look on the inside is next to the outside. Alice's Magic. 2 lengths back to the far outside. Head Count. Mama Ella finds her best stride. Moves on the far outside. Then Dude Declare it on the inside. Fresh Air. 3/4, 1:14 flat. 3/16 of a mile to come in the Boca Raton Stakes. Bal d'Argent trying to take him gate to wire, leads by 3. She's Got the Look is second, 2 lengths to the outside. Alice's Magic to the inside, Head Count. They come to deep stretch. Bal d'Argent and Pedro Rodriguez are home free. They're going to take the Boca Raton by about 5 or 6. She's Got the Look at the place. It's Alice's Magic saving the show.
Bal d'Argent, Pedro Rodriguez up, makes it look easy. Just goes to the front, and that's that. Wires him by 6, going away. Length sent off at a nice 7-1 ticket as well. Bill March, the trainer of Bal d'Argent. She was in her last start in the Hollywood Wildcat. She cut herself, and she also bled. They took care of both of those maladies, and boy, she comes back running. Before that, she had run 3 in a row, so the Hollywood Wildcat stake was a definite throwout with those 2 incidents on this 2-year-old daughter of Silver Buck. She goes in the 6 mile and a 16th and 1:46-2. She's Got the Look, and Alice's Magic are the place and show runners in the race. All right, from Miami, let's go up to Laurel and take a look at their action on the weekend. First up, the older horses were sprinting in the Bowie Stakes on Saturday. $50,000 added purse on the 3/4 mile distance is Dave Rodman with the race call.
Coming along the top of the stretch of the Bowie Stakes, Aberfoyle, Purple Passion on the outside, Viv, Wire Me Collect, and Green Spring Willie right behind them, racing in fifth. Von Groovy and Jove Stone, the half, 46 2/5 of a second. They're going to sprint away from them now. Purple Passion and Wire Me Collect and Green Spring Willie on the outside, along with Von Groovy, Wire Me Collect, Purple Passion, Green Spring Willie on the outside. Green Spring Willie bolts to the front. Green Spring Willie did it.
Green Spring Willie, Larry Reynolds, a half-length score, 11-1, cha-ching, $25 on Green Spring Willie, a son of Smartin. Hey, he was 4th in the Light the Fuse last time out and was beaten by Purple Passion. Everybody was jumping all over Purple Passion here. He's made the even money favorite. He just didn't fire his best shot. There's our New York bred, YME Collect. He runs better this time, gets the second spot. But Green Spring Willie, a bit overlooked here. He won the Maryland Million Sprint, and that's not a shabby race down there. So he goes to 6 furlongs in 109 and 3. All right, Sunday afternoon, it was the gals' turn to sprint the 3/4 distance in the Contrary Rose Stakes. Again, a $50,000 added purse, and again, here's Dave with the call.
Top of the stretch, and it's Weathervane. Crabgrass right behind her in second. Incredible Revenge and Clandestine Caller. Weathervane the leader, 3/16 to go. Crabgrass there, and Crabgrass going to be taken just outside. And Gritty on the lead, a length and a half. Crabgrass second, and they're well clear of the west. It is Weathervane in front, Crabgrass on the outside. The all-weather moneymaker for Par 4 Racing Stable does it again. Weathervane, 17 career wins.
Indeed, Weathervane registering the 17th win of her career in her 36th start. What a hard-knocking mare she is. Always shows up, handles the off-going with panache there on Sunday down in Maryland. She was sent off the 4-5 favorite, Mario Pino, regular rider on Weathervane for trainer Richard Delp. She, of course, by Willard Scott. Crabgrass was 8-5 second choice in the wagering and runs to that, finishing in the place spot. Clandestine Caller will get the show money. Old Weathervane, another victory on her resume. She goes to 3/4 in 110 and 4. All right, getaway weekend at the Meadowlands, a Friday and Saturday, as we've been chronicling for you right along. A very, very successful season of racing at the East Rutherford Oval. Purse increases about 2-3 times down there. We've got 3 stakes for you this week. We'll start you off with the Sea Cadet Stakes from Friday evening, 1 1/16. $60,000 is the guaranteed purse now on the Sea Cadet. These are older horses. Let's take a look at them. Here's Ken Warrington with the call.
And they're up in the Sea Cadet Stakes. And Shamrock Lad broke well from the inside. Here comes Misnomer. And Treat Me Doc up boldly on the outside early into the first turn. Shamrock Lad on the inside with Buddy Winnett as the short lead. Now Shamrock Lad by a length and a half. Treat Me Doc is up into the second spot. On the outside, Me Narrow gets into third. It's Misnomer fourth. 3 lengths to Tricky Mister in the fifth spot. That's Selective on the outside, 6th, followed by Jay's Fair Isis, 7th on the rail. And then it's Evening Promise, 8th on the outside, 12 lengths off the lead. 23-1 first quarter down the backstretch. Shamrock Lad at 7-1 leads it by a length and a quarter. Treat Me Doc stalking in the second spot. Me Narrow right there on the outside third. Those 3 together. Then a gap of 4 lengths, and Selective moves through on the inside, 4th now. Dropping back a bit is Misnomer. Circling up is Tricky Mister. Then a wide gap of 5 lengths underway from the back is Evening Promise, and Jay's Fair Isis, the gray trails. And now, off a half of 46-1, Treat Me Doc has been unleashed by Aaron Grider and takes the lead. Treat Me Doc now, but will deal with Me Narrow on the outside. It takes dead aim. Selective is third and threatening past the quarter pole as Shamrock Lad drops out of it. Then it's Misnomer and Tricky Mister to the outside. 110-4 for 3/4. They're in the stretch now. Treat Me Doc by 2 lengths, getting pressure from both sides, but handling it so far. On the inside, Selective into second. Me Narrow now flattens out to third. To the wire. Treat Me Doc. It's going to be Treat Me Doc with a mild upset here in the Sea Cadet Stakes for Aaron.
Treat Me Doc. Aaron Grider in the irons, 2.5 length score aboard this 4-year-old son of Doc's leader. Was second in the Cliffhanger. This guy runs on any surface, anywhere. Just loved it down at the Meadowlands and gets the victory. Selective was second, and then there's the 7-5 favorite, Me Narrow, coming off of that win, the Cliffhanger. He just didn't fire at all in the stretch, did he? And has to settle for the show money. Treat Me Doc goes the mile and the 16th, 142-4. 2-year-olds were sprinting Friday evening in the Morven Stakes, 60. Again, the guaranteed purse on the race. And again, here's Ken describing the action.
up in the Morven Stakes. Deer Hunt from the outside, bounds out, sweep well. There goes Sprinter, as expected, with Dean Butler to the front. It's Sprinter to the lead. Sweep well is second from between horses. Skipper Kipper got away third. Deer Hunt on the outside, fourth. Moving through between horses, Shadowcaster. Towards the rail is Nightcaller moving up. And then it's Anges' Prospect in the seventh spot. From the back comes Weekend Money. Dropping back just a bit is Cut the Line next to last. And then it's 36 Hours, the trailer. They're going at it on the turn. On the inside, it's Sprinter. On the outside, Sweepwell. And on the outside, here comes, as they pass the quarter pole, Shadowcaster now looking to threaten off a wicked quarter of 21 3/5. On the inside, Nightcaller looks to angle out and look for room in fourth. 44 4 for the half, and they're in the stretch. It's still Sprinter on top. Sprinter now giving way to Shadowcaster on the outside, who wears him down. Shadowcaster, Sean Bridgmahan to the front. It's Shadowcaster with Sprinter and Nightcaller on the rail in the battle for the place spot. But at the line, it's Shadowcaster winning the
Shadowcaster, Charlie Asimakopoulos tabs Sean Bridgmahan for the ride, and they get the job done by 3 lengths. Was second last time out in the Huntington Stakes over in New York, and now they just ship over and get the money here in the Morven. Sprinter was second. Nightcaller finished in the third spot. Shadowcaster is now 3 wins out of his last 4 starts. Charlie Asimakopoulos, New England-based trainer, has got himself a very nice runner here. He's by Future Storm. He goes the 6 furlongs in 1, 10, and 3. Okay, Saturday evening, the final night of the 98 Meadowlands season. We've got the Winter Quarters Stakes for you. 3-year-olds are at 1 mile and 1/16. Again, the $60,000 guaranteed purse. And again, here's Ken Warrington with the call.
And they're off in the Winter Quarter Stakes, and that was Sunny Shadow off a step slowly. Red Weasel, as expected. Flax Jacket up to force the issue early on Red Weasel into the first turn. Red Weasel, Flax Jacket on the outside. Towards the rail, it's on the Tour third as they round the first turn. That's Nico the Greek in the 4th spot. Up on the outside comes Sunny Shadow after the poor beginning, is racing 5th now. Sunny Shadow on the outside 6th. Then it's Loaded Gun 7th, and the trailer 8th is Wind Quest. 12 lengths off the lead. 23 1 for the first quarter. Down the back stretch, Red Weasel, Dean Butler rating along by a length. Flax Jacket on the outside into the 2nd spot as they continue up the back stretch. Nico the Greek edging up into 3rd. On the Tour on the inside 4th. Fight for Milady 5th on the outside. 3 lengths to Sunny Shadow 6th. Underway from the back now. Loaded Gun starts to pick it up, and then it's Wind Quest. And onto the far turn they go. Red Weasel off a half of 46. Red Weasel, Flax Jacket being asked to pick it up now as they race onto the far turn. And on the outside, here comes Fight for Milady into 3rd. Still gaining steadily. Loaded Gun has good momentum from the back. Wind Quest now splitting horses with Ron past the quarter pole. 4 or 5 of them across the track. Wind Quest is coming on. Red Weasel digging in. Wind Quest on the outside. Pounces on that one. Takes the lead off a 3/4 109 4. And it's Wind Quest and Eddie King now powering away from Red Weasel. Loaded Gun is 3rd, and the Winter Quarter Stakes goes to Wind Quest. Wind Quest bombs away at 25 1 here.
Wind Quest? Who in the world is Wind Quest? Well, we're going to find out. Wind Quest, a 3-year-old son of Quest for Fame, won the Rutgers at Monmouth. That's on the grass. Was absolute as they went up the backside. Eddie King put him in a drive, and he just blows by the 4-5 favorite Red Weasel to win off by 4 lengths. Sent off. Are you ready, folks? 25 1. $54.80. That'll buy you some hay and oats for the Winter Quarters. Red Weasel, boy, said, I got this race won. Where does this guy come from? Can't touch him. Has to settle for 2nd. Loaded Gun will get the show money. Wind Quest closing out the Meadowlands meet in style. 1 mile and 1/16. 1:42 2. All right, to Turfway Park on Saturday afternoon, another of our two-year-old races on the program for you this week. We've got the Turfway Preview Stakes. They're sprinting 6.5 furlongs. The purse on the preview is $60,000 in guaranteed monies. Mike Battaglia, of course, in the announce booth. Here he is with the race call.
And they're off. For the lead, Strong Arm Robbery on the outside, the inside end sweeps advance. Down along the rail, that's Kimberlite Pipe. And up on the outside, Vivius. Down the back stretch, the leader, Strong Arm Robbery. Has it 2 lengths, end sweeps advance, second ahead. Kimberlite Pipe on the rail runs third, length and a half, Vivius is fourth. 5 back to Mr. Postmaster in fifth. Then it's Fantasy Boy, Cephas, Rainbow, and Marvelous Martin, 22-1 for the opening quarter. Strong Arm Robbery, the leader. Now a length and a half. Kimberlite Pipe second by 2. End sweeps advance third ahead, Vivius fourth. Down along the inside, Mr. Postmaster is fifth. Then Cephas, Rainbow, Marvelous Martin as they move for the stretch. The leader, Strong Arm Robbery. On the outside, Kimberlite Pipe. Now Kimberlite Pipe gets the lead, then Strong Arm Robbery. Up on the outside, Mr. Postmaster, then Marvelous Martin. They're nearing the wire. Kimberlite Pipe now draws away, then Strong Arm Robbery. Kimberlite Pipe wins it by 5 lengths.
2 to 5 shot, Kimberlite Pipe. Randy Romero up for trainer Dallas Stewart had this field in a headlock as he just draws away at his pleasure by 5 easy lengths, whistling goodbye to the rest of these juveniles. Kimberlite Pipe is by Take Me Out. That's a Cure the Blues stallion, and it looks like a very nice runner here. 6 starts so far in his career, 3 of them right to the winner's circle. Strong Arm Robbery will be the place horse. Mr. Postmaster finishing in the third spot. 17-1, the running time for Kimberlite Pipe in the preview at Turfway on Saturday. All right, let's take our first break here. When we come out the break, we've got action, of course, from Golden Gate Fields. Big weekend at Hollywood Park. We've got the Aqueduct races for you as well. And it was Louisiana Champions Day down at the fairgrounds. We'll take a look at a few of those as well. Much more to come. Be right back after these messages.
At the 8th pole.
New York-bred Raffy's Majesty ran in this year's Grade 1 Travers against the world's best 3-year-olds.
Raffy's Majesty is fourth.
The New York-breds can run with anything.
As they come to the line, Raffy's Majesty closing with the rush. Photo finish.
This New York-bred lost by inches to Coronado's Quest and Victory Gallop.
3 noses on the line.
Then there's Lucky Roberto. In this year's Grade 1 hopeful, he beat some of the very best 2-year-olds.
Lucky Roberto on the outside.
And I really like the horse a lot, and by being a New York bred, it made me like him a little bit more.
Lucky Roberto forges past to win the hopeful.
Lucky Roberto earned $120,000. Plus, as a registered New York bred, look at the award bonuses for his owner, breeder, and stallion owner.
Well, when I am at the Keeneland sales or whatever sale, I know what the money you can make and the money that can be earned here with these New York breds.
We go through a catalog, we make a list of all the horses we like to look at, and we do circle the New York breds because I think there is an advantage to buying them.
In New Orleans on Saturday afternoon was Louisiana Champions Day. The state breds putting forth their best on this festive day. We've selected 4 of the races for you. We'll start you off with the Louisiana Champions Sprint. 3/4, of course, the purse, $100,000 in guaranteed monies. These are all state breds now, remember. Let's take a look at them. Here's Tony Bentley with the call of the sprint.
They're off. At the rail, Frosty Pledge. For the early lead is Jep Pardue on the outside. Cross Switch is next. Bo Simpson is gained, and Island Storm on the outside. Cross Switch. Next between horses, Bagger at the rail. 5 lengths back. on the inside is Here Comes Eggs. It's 5 more back to King Roller. At the top of the stretch, Frosty Pledge has the lead. Jep Pardue. On the outside, Island Storm Cross Switch is next. Then comes Boys Revenge by the 8th pole. Frosty Pledge has the lead. Bagger gains along the inside. A late run by King Roller. Frosty Pledge in front.
Frosty Pledge. Hey, this guy just got beat on opening day at the fairgrounds in the Thanksgiving Day handicap by a head. Comes back here and just makes an easy pickings of the sprinters, state-bred sprinters in the sprint here by 3 lengths, getting the victory. Jerry Melancon on board for trainer Don Cormier. He's by Sharp Frosty. That's a sharpen up stallion. Finishing second, we had King Roller. 7-5 favorite was King Roller. Here comes Eggs, finishing in the show spot. Frosty Pledge, 6 furlongs, 110 and 2. All right, next up, we'll show you the turf, which wasn't, unfortunately. The Louisiana Champions Day turf at 1 mile and a 16th, another $100,000 added race, but they had rain earlier on in the day there. They took the race off the grass. The track listed as wet fast. Again, we'll go to Tony for the call.
Top of the stretch, Master Pepe now gets to the front. Yoto Speaks is next. Holly's Chief in third. Then comes Vilaxi, Whispering Mist on the outside. Master Pepe by 4. Yoto Speaks is next. It's Master Pepe.
Master Pepe, Jerry Melancon, Don Cormier teaming up again as they get a double on Champions Day, winning the sprint and the off-the-turf turf. Master Pepe is by the Fabiano stallion Giuseppe. This 3-year-old wins his first stake. Yoto Speaks was second. Vilaxi gets the show money. Master Pepe sent off at a nice 9-to-1 price as well. Goes the mile and a 16th on that wet fast main in 1:44 and 2. All right, next up we've got the Champions Day ladies, the fillies and mares at 1 mile and a 16th. Another $100,000 guaranteed purse. Again, let's go to Tony for the call.
And here they are now at the top of the stretch in the ladies. 'Cause I'm a Doll has the lead by some 4 lengths now. It's 'Cause I'm a Doll with the lead. Zupardo Ardo gaining on the inside, and 5 lengths back is Night Woman. And now by the 16th pole, it's Zupardo Ardo, and a late run by Night Woman. Zupardo Ardo wins it. Shane Sellers aboard. Night Woman was next, and 'Cause I'm a Doll.
Zupardo Ardo. Shane Sellers up for the nice 4-length score. 3-5 shot here, coming out of the very powerful John Frank's Bobby Barnett barn, and rightly so. This mare, daughter of Zupardo's Prince, won a money allowance race last time out at Churchill. Now she comes back to the fairgrounds and runs in a state-bred race. You bet they jumped all over her. She gets her 10th career win. Night Woman and 'Cause I'm a Doll will be the runner-ups. Zupardo Ardo, she goes her mile and a 16th in 1 minute 45 seconds on the button. And our final race from Champions Day is, of course, the Classic, 1 mile and a furlong. The distance, $150,000. The guaranteed purse on the Classic. Again, Tony Bentley has the call.
Captain Sid, we're all in the gate now, and they're off in the Classic, and they all got out of there just fine. Vatican Viper goes for the early lead. Scott Scoundrel is next. No Native into third. Then comes Magnify in fourth. One Mean Man at the rail is next, and Crybaby Captain Sid as they make their way into the first turn. And it's Scott Scoundrel. Here the leader by about a half, but there goes Vatican Viper up alongside to Matt Strides and put a neck in front. No Native, 2 lengths back, is in third. One Mean Man at the rail, fourth by a half. Then comes Magnify, and about 7 back to Crybaby Captain Sid as they now pass the 5 furlong pole. Vatican Viper has the lead. Scott Scoundrel on the inside. Magnify and One Mean Man also right there. Also No Native. Just about 3 lengths separates these 5, and it's about 7 more back to Crybaby Captain Sid, and round the far turn. Vatican Viper at 25-1 has the lead by a half length. Now Scott Scoundrel right there at the rail. Magnify on the outside. No Native is next, and then comes One Mean Man. Now turning for home. It's still Vatican Viper with the lead. Magnify now on the outside, and further out is One Mean Man. Scott Scoundrel is in tight at the rail by the 8th pole. Magnify has the lead on the outside. One Mean Man is next. Then comes Vatican Viper. It will be Magnify winning the Champions Day Classic. Running time 1:51 and 3-1.
Magnify, this 5-year-old state bred by the Conquistadors Yellow Stallion Contested Colors, gets his 14th career win out of 35 starts. Had been second 3 times and third 4 times. Real solid state bred runner is Magnify. Sent off even money favorite Robbie Alvarado on board for the half-length score. One Mean Man was second. Vatican Piper finishing in the show spot. Magnify cruises the mile and a furlong in 1:51 and 3. All right, on Sunday afternoon at the fairgrounds, we had the Fairground Sales Futurity Stakes. This is for 2-year-olds that went through the 2-year-old in-training sale earlier on in the season down in New Orleans, and always interesting. $50,000 purse on the race, and all you had to do was pluck a horse out of that sale, and if he was good enough, run him in this race and see what happens. They're going 3/4 of a mile. 2-year-olds, of course. Let's take a look at them. Again, go to Tony for the call.
Turning for home. Chief's Lil Queen has the lead. Razor Point, Crafty Star in third. Then comes Some Kind of Surprise by the 8th pole. Chief's Little Queen, Crafty Star on the outside, and Razor Point is next. Crafty Star. The entry 1-2.
Hey, Andy Ney sends out Crafty Star and Chief's Little Queen as an entry. They're 2-5, and boy, did Chief's Little Queen try to win this race so bad. She's a filly running against the boys here in the Sales Futurity. Her stablemate, Crafty Star, a Crafty Prospector 2-year-old, just a little bit stronger than the Chief's Crown filly there, and runs by her for the length score. David Glory in the irons. The filly, she gave it everything she had and has to settle for second. Razor Point will be the third 2-year-old under the line. Running time for Crafty Star, who has now 3 wins out of 5 starts. 1:12 flat. All right, from the fairgrounds, let's go out to Arizona, check on Turf Paradise. Their stake this weekend was the Paradise Mile, flat mile on the grass, $75,000. The guaranteed purse on the Paradise Mile for the older horses is Gary Ensign with the race call.
There they go. Very even break. Tiki is going to the front. Summer Prince right there alongside in second. El Vigors in third. Mocha Express is fourth. Fan 3 wide, moving up on the outside. Gentleman Bow between horses. That's using the Old Bean. Now Summer Prince is taken back from down along the inside. Then comes Harbor Robbie. There's a gap of 3. Then Flex Saving Ground racing down along the rail. And Tavel Devon, Golden Post, the trailer. And now they're turning for the backstretch. El Vigor now has the lead out there by 2.5. 2 Tiki in second by ahead. Mocha Express is third by 4. Gentleman Bow from the outside. Then Summer Prince along the rail. That's using the Old Bean. Hammurabi. Tavil Devon from the inside. Flick is second last. Golden Post still the trailer. A half of 46 and 3. And now they're rounding the turn. El Vigor leads it 1.25 lengths. Mocha Express right there in second by 4. Gentleman Bow's in third. Summer Prince 2 Tiki, that's using the Old Bean. Hammurabi picks it up from the outside. Then Flick also closing up. Tavil Devon's looking for room. Golden Post is still the trailer. And now they're spinning out of the turn. El Vigor digs in and holds the lead. Mocha Express is clearly second. And here comes Hammurabi on the outside. That's Flick along the inside. El Vigor, Mocha Express, Flick's on the move. Here comes Tavil Devon in mid-track. It is El Vigor and Mocha Express head and head.
El Vigor, Scott Stevens in the irons to go to the front. Let's see if they can catch me, and they cannot. But boy, he hangs on, doesn't he? Just barely getting the head victory. Mocha Express absolutely flying. Just runs out of course there in Arizona. Has to settle for the place spot. Tavil Devon finishing in the show position. El Vigor, nice price too, $16.60 for the win. Goes the mile in 1:36 and 3. Jeff Mullins, the trainer of El Vigor. All right, to Golden Gate Fields. Saturday afternoon, the Niarco Blue handicap for the older horses, which are California breds. It's 1 mile and 1/16 in distance. $70,000 is the added purse on the race. We've got Mr. Michael Rona set, and here's the call.
Stake turn for home. Silver Bounty trying to fend off Splendid Splinter. Mateo coming at them powerfully now. 2 lengths to Crowell, followed on the inside by Sergeant Stroh. Mateo battles tooth and nail with Silver Bounty at the 8th pole. Crowell is chiming in. Sergeant Stroh's got an opening on the fence. Crowell hits the lead. He's getting away from Mateo. Sergeant Stroh scraping through on the inside, but Crowell the leader, and Crowell, the lone 3-year-old, beats Sergeant Stroh and Mateo.
Rafael Meza on the outside had the 6-5 favorite Mateo measured. Sergeant Stroh got in the mix a little bit as well, but Crowell gets the 2-length score, 2-1 second choice. He's a sluvescent 3-year-old here, trained by Jerry Hollendorfer, who won no less than 4 races on the Saturday card at Golden Gate Fields. Crowell goes the 1 mile and 1/16 in 1:42 and 1. Boy, he just dominates in Northern California, doesn't he? All right, let's take our second break. And when we come out the break, we've got our action from Hollywood Park 5, big stake races, and of course, the New York races as well. Don't go away. Be right back with some more great racing action.
Capital OTB is on the World Wide Web. It's free. It's entries, odds, and results online with the virtual tote board. It's a real-time odds board with entries and results from any track Capital OTB is handling. To use this service free of charge, you must be a Capital OTB PhoneBet account holder. Capital OTB offers 2 types of PhoneBet accounts: a regular account and a VIP account, which allows you to receive track odds with a $300 balance. Both accounts can be agent-assisted or by using an automated touch-tone system. Opening an account is quick and simple by calling 1-800-292-BETS. That's 1-800-292-BETS. Or visit Capital OTB's website at http://www.capitalotb.com.
All right, at Hollywood Park, we'll start you off with the $500,000 Hollywood Turf Cup from Saturday afternoon. 1.5 miles the distance here, this Grade 1 event. Luke Krybosch in the announce booth gives us the call.
Off then running in the Hollywood Turf Cup. It's a fast start for Lazy Load out to take the lead with a race right there on the inside. Belgravia broke sharply. Camoy racing third. Native Desert fourth. Mondarno on the outside racing along in fifth. Ferrari racing sixth, 2 lengths off the lead. And behind that, it's Duchan Tour on the far outside. A gap of a couple farther back to Pompeo. Yagli reserved in second last under a tight hold, and a gap of 3 farther back to Blue Sky, who trails. Into the stretch for the first time. Lazy Load and Corey Nakatani 3 parts of a length in front. Belgravia flanks him from the outside in second, and Race is wrangled back behind the top pair. He's tugging hard from third. Native Desert fourth to his outside. Ferrari tucks in saving ground in fifth to the inside of Duchan Tour, who's now 5 lengths off the pace. Mondarno next along the inside by an Pompeo inching his way up to the outside. Yagli still in no hurry under Chris McCarron, and 2 farther back to Blue Sky. Half mile in an unhurried 50 and 1/5 seconds, moving for the clubhouse turn now. Lazy Load 3 parts of a length in front of long shot Belgravia. Race eager to run on the inside, racing in third place. Then it's Native Desert 3 wide in fourth. Ferrari fifth. He's got 4 to make up. Duchan Tour to his outside. Mondarno next along the inside. Pompeo 7 off the pace. They're single file now. A gap of 2 more farther back to Yagli, who's yet to pick it up, and Blue Sky at the back of the pack. 6 furlongs in a slow 1:16 flat heading up the backstretch. Still Lazy Load in front by 3 parts of a length. Belgravia off his flank in second. Native Desert. There goes Ferrari going for an early charge in between horses. Rice is being asked to pick it up and has lost a couple of lengths now. In behind that to the outside is Duchan Tour. Mondarno next in between horses. Pompeo's got 5 to make up. McCarron starts to move Yagli. He's picking it up now with 7 to make up and gaining. And 3 farther back to Blue Sky at the back around the far turn. Into the turn they go. Lazy Load still there and kicking for home in front by a length. Ferrari not getting to him at the moment. Native Desert's on the far outside. Belgravia. Yagli starts to kick it in now. There goes Pompeo on the far outside. They head to the top of the lane, and Lazy Load still with plenty left. Lazy Load opening up now by 3. Ferrari is second. Here comes Yagli kicking it into gear on the far outside. Lazy Load's got a big cushion. Yagli's trying to run him down. Lazy Load. Yagli's running out of ground, and Lazy Load to win the Hollywood Turf Cup wire to wire.
3. Well, I guess this guy is named appropriately Lazy Load because he's a Saturday snoozer here as he just backs everybody up. Look at that mile split, 141. They're not going to catch him going that slow that early. He's got plenty left, and then gets the victory for Wally Delassie and the Thoroughbred Corporation. A 4-year-old son of Load, that's a Mr. Prospector stallion. Yagli from Motzbahn, making his usual late bid, finishes second in the Breeders' Cup turf and finishes second in the Hollywood turf. Ferrari gets the show money. Lazy Load with Nakatani going the 1.5 miles in 2:28 and 1 for the half-length score and a 5-to-1 price on Lazy Load. All right, next up from Saturday, the good sprint to Vernon O. Underwood. 6 furlongs the distance, $100,000 guaranteed money. Again, we got Luke with the call.
They're in the gate. Off and running in the Vernon O. Underwood. It's a fast start for Love That Jazz on the outside, headed now by Swiss Yodeler. Crimson Look flashing good speed. Trey Pareso joins the firing line. Musafi right there to half a length off the pace early. The Exeter Man is a length off the pace, racing along in 5th at the rail. A gap of 2 back to White Bronco. Love That Jazz has dropped 4 lengths off the lead and 4 farther back to Peyrano, who's at the back of the pack. Up the backstretch they go. The opening quarter in an unhurried 22 and 1. Crimson Look a neck in front now. Musafi's right there. The Exeter Man saves ground at the rail. Swiss Yodeler right there, 4 wide. White Bronco's got 3 to make up. Here comes Love That Jazz skimming the inside rail. Trace Pareso's backpedaling under pressure, and 3 farther back to Peyrano as they swing past the quarter pole. The Exeter Man cutting the corner, a short lead. Crimson Look is right there with Musafi in between horses. Swiss Yodeler gears up on the far side. White Bronco getting involved, and the rail opening up for DeSormo and Love That Jazz, and here comes Love That Jazz through on the inside. Love That Jazz is coming quick to hit the front. Peyrano's on the far outside. Love That Jazz in front. Peyrano's coming late. Love That Jazz to beat the boys. Love That Jazz. Peyrano got up for the place, and Swiss.
Love That Jazz. Jazzy. Kent DeSormo comes up the chute on the inside, and this filly just beats the boys. A length sent off at 3-2. Neil Drysdale had no qualms at all about running this daughter of Dixieland Band against the boys. She wins her third in a row. Said she is just razor sharp. Love That Jazz. Perano at a nice outside price gets the second spot, and there's old Swiss Yodeler hitting the board again, finishing in the show position. Jazzy, Love That Jazz, goes the 6 furlongs in 1:08 and 3. I like that filly. All right, now the big race. Well, if you want to call the others chopped liver, I don't think so. But the third co-featured race on Saturday afternoon, the very important Hollywood Futurity. 2-year-olds, of course, at 1 mile and 1/16. The purse on this year's Futurity is $200,000 in added money, and Bob Baffert sending out a pair of undefeated colts, Prime Timber and Premier Property. Let's take a look at them. Here's Luke with the race call.
Locked away. All set. Off and running in the Hollywood Futurity. It's a perfect start with Premier Property straight to the front. Buck Trout hustled from the outside gate, going with him on the outside. Tactical Cat came away in third. Prime Timber saving ground and hugging the rail from fourth by 2. And long shot Select Few at the back, 5 lengths off the pace midway around the first turn. It's Premier Property and David Flores well in hand in front by 1. Buck Trout applying some token pressure to the outside. And it's too farther back to Prime Timber saving ground third. A gap of 4 to Tactical Cat and Select Few at the back, 22-1 for the first quarter, wheeling to the backstretch here. Premier Property in charge by 1.5 lengths. Buck Trout off his flank is second by 2. Prime Timber stalking the top pair from third by 5 more. Then the great Tactical Cat and a gap of 2 farther back to Select Few midway up the backstretch. A quick half mile clicked off here in 45 seconds flat. Less than a half mile left to go. Premier Property now opening up by 2 on Buck Trout. Here comes Prime Timber through on the inside. 7 farther back to Tactical Cat and Select Few as they move for the far turn. Premier Property now boots for home, leads it clear by 2. Buck Trot on the outside. Prime Timber whip coming out now on Prime Timber at the rail. Then it's 3 farther back to Tactical Cat as they run to the top of the lane. Here comes Prime Timber up to tackle Premier Property. They head for home. Premier Property set down for the drive, leads it by 2. Prime Timber full bore under McCarran in second. Buck Trot is racing a game 1/3, and Tactical Cat starts to get involved now. Premier Property is collared by Prime Timber. Prime Timber and Tactical Cat starts to storm home. Tactical Cat on the inside, it's Prime Timber. Prime Timber digs in. Tactical Cat is surging. Tactical Cat gets up to win the Hollywood Futurity by a neck.
Ha ha! Who said Tactical Cat can't get 2/3 a route of ground, as he has been tactically run into fitness. Remember, he was in the Champagne at Belmont at 1 mile and 1/16, and he was off the board, of course, and then he came back in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile at 1 mile and 1/16, and he was off the board in that race as well, but all the while getting fitter and fitter. D-Wayne never gave up on this guy, being by Storm Cat. Why not? They put him in the Hollywood Futurity here, and he runs down the speed of Premier Property and Prime Timber to get the victory. And look who D-Wayne uses, going back several years to one of his old reliable jocks that he used to use quite often back in the late 80s and 90s, Lafitte Pinkai. Lafitte may be getting on in years, but he still can horseback, and they get the victory by half length or neck or so. A very nice price as well, 6-1. So now put Tactical Cat right up there on your Winterbrook probables for next year's classic consideration. Prime Timber was second in the race, and then unfortunately we've got some very bad news to report. Premier Property broke down after the race and had to be humanely destroyed. He fractured his left front very, very severely upon pulling up. So a tough loss for trainer Hal Earnhardt and Bob Baffert. Tactical Cat, 1 mile and 1/16, 1:42.3. All right, Sunday afternoon, the great action continues at the track of the Lakes and Flowers. First up, the Dahlia Handicap. Another grass race. This time we've got the fillies and mares. They're at a mile and a 16th. $100,000, the guaranteed purse. Again, Luke Krybosch has the call.
Off and running in the Dahlia. Slow start for Idealistic Cause. Sonia's Face straight out to take command early. Curitiba came away racing second. Call Me right there in third. Tuzla's wrangled back by Corey Nakatani in fourth. And Idealistic Cause is at the back of the pack heading for the first turn. It's Sonia's Faith, and she'll dictate the tempo here. Sonia's Faith in front by nearly two. Call Me in some tight quarters racing second. Curitiba right off her flank in third. Then Idealistic Cause, and Tuzla will do her running from the back of a compact field. She's 4 lengths off the pace under a tight hold. Heading to the backstretch, 24 and 2, a slow opening quarter. Sonia's Faith dictates the tempo and stacks them up the backstretch in front by a length and a half. Curitiba's second by a neck. Call Me is third. Idealistic Cause now nudged along early from fourth by 2. And Tuzla content with her spot at the back of the pack midway up the backstretch, half mile and 48 and 4. Sonia's Faith in front and widening out to lead by 2.5 now. Curitiba's second by a neck. Call Me racing in third. Idealistic Cause. Now Tuzla starts to pick it up from the back. She's got 4 to make up as they head to the far turn. Sonia's Faith in front by 2. It's Curitiba still racing second. There goes Tuzla. She's revving up fast, 3 wide all the way up into second goes Tuzla now. Call Me next by 2 more, and Idealistic Cause to the top of the lane. Sonia's Faith is bracing for the challenge of Tuzla. They head for home. Tuzla sticking the head in front. Sonia's Faith digs down along the inside. Tuzla now pushing on by to take the lead a furlong from home. Sonia's Faith on the inside is a stubborn second. Tuzla by half a length. Sonia's Faith trying to battle back. Tuzla, Sonia's Faith on the inside. Tuzla grinding out the win in the Dahlia.
Tuzla, Corey Nakatani gets the call here for Julio Canani and gets the victory. A daughter of the Rainbow Quest Stallion Panoramic gets her 8th career win. She had 3 in a row going for her. Then they ran her at Woodbine in the E.P. Taylor. She was 4th in that race, gave her a little bit of a breather from that race. She comes on here and wins the Dahlia. Sent off the favorite at 3 to 5. The second choice, Sonia's Faith, tried to slow things down and milk on the lead as best she could. Just couldn't hold off the winner. Settles for second. Curitiba finishing in the show spot. Tuzla and Sonia's Faith, their weights 119, 118. In Dahlia, Tuzla goes the mile and a 16th, 141 and 3. All right, and the main attraction on a Sunday, as we had the Colts in the Futurity. Saturday, the fillies in the Starlet, Hollywood Starlet. On Sunday, mile and a 16th, $200,000, the guaranteed purse. And Bob Baffert promised John Mabey that he would not run Silver Bullet Day. She's all put away until her 3-year-old season, which means that Excellent Meeting should have no problem beating this bunch. Let's take a look. Here's the call from Luke.
Running in the Hollywood Starlet. A slow start for Suzanne as LaQuaria heading straight off to clear off early. Western Woman flashing good speed in second. Dancing on Ice now settles down and angles down towards the fence in third. Excellent Meeting settles down 4 off the pace, fourth by 3 more than Perfect 6. And Suzanne's at the back of the pack, 10 lengths off the pace, heading to the backstretch. LaQuaria and Chris McCarron leads it clear by 2 now. Long shot Western Woman second. Excellent Meeting saving ground, just 2.5 lengths off the pace now and inching up early in third. To the outside, Dancing on Ice, the gray is fourth by 2 more than Perfect 6, and it's a gap of 4 more farther back to Suzanne, the quarter in 23 and 1. Up the backstretch they go. LaQuaria at the rail leads it clear by 2. Excellent Meeting taking to the far outside now by DeSormo, moves up into a clear-cut second now. Western Woman back to third by 3 more. Behind that comes Perfect 6, then Dancing on Ice, and 7 farther back to Suzanne. Half mile on a solid 46 and 2, moving for the far turn. LaQuaria clear by 2. Excellent Meeting starts to bear down on her from the outside. By that Western Woman shaken up from third. Perfect 6 moves through an opening on the inside. She's gaining now. It's a gap of 4 back to Dancing on Ice and Suzanne at the back of the pack as they come to the top of the stretch. LaQuaria confronted now by the favorite Excellent Meeting. 3 farther back to Perfect 6 under a full-out drive in third. They head for home. Excellent Meeting sticking her head in front now, and she takes the lead with a furlong left to go. Excellent Meeting accelerates away from LaQuaria. Laquaria. Excellent meeting, quickly putting 5 on Laquaria. Perfect 6 is third. Excellent meeting, she's head and shoulders the best here. Excellent meeting, razor sharp in the Starlet. She'll win it by 6. Laquaria second, and Perfect 6 was third.
Well, it certainly was frustrating for John and Betty Maybe, knowing they had such an outstanding individual and excellent meeting, and watching her have to chase Silver Bullet Day, especially down in the Breeders' Cup where she was second to that one, and she'll be runner-up in the Eclipse voting as well. But, of course, with Silver Bullet Day sitting this one out, excellent meeting, has no problem whatsoever as she just crushes this field, winning off by an easy 7 lengths. She has now started 8 times. She has 4 wins, 3 seconds, and 1 third-place finish. Laquaria finishing in the second spot. That's the undefeated or previously undefeated Calbred who won the Cal Cup Juvenile Fillies. She runs as good as she can, but no match at all for the winner. Settles for second. Perfect 6 rounds it out for the show money. Excellent meeting, going to be a very, very nice 3-year-old. She's by general meeting, that's Seattle Slew. Stallion goes the mile 16th in a minute 42 seconds flat, and as you would expect, sent off at 1 to 2, paid $3. Okay, from Hollywood, let's go back to Aqueduct and take a look at their 2 races over the weekend. First up, the older handicappers on the inner dirt in the Queens County at a mile 3/16, $75,000. The added purse. Tom gives us the call.
They're approaching the top of the stretch. Fire King has plenty left. Fire King in front by a head as the field turns for home. Fire King now beginning to edge away from early warning. A break up 3. Mr. Sinatra's on the outside running in 3rd. On the rail, it's Las Vegas Ernie in 4th. Steady Climb is giving way into the final furlong, and Fire King rolls. Fire King rolls to a 3.5 length lead. Las Vegas Ernie under a heavy drive, but still about 3.5 lengths behind, followed by Mr. Sinatra 3rd. They're coming down to the finish. Fire King in front. Fire King, the winner.
Fire King, the reformed claimer with Frankie Lovato up 2.5 length score, either first or second all the way around, then just draws away. Hey, is this a horse for course? 10 starts on the inner dirt, 4 wins, a second, and 2/3. Some horses just absolutely love that bull ring. Las Vegas Ernie was second, Mr. Sinatra 3rd. Fire King, mile 3/16 to start off our handicappers for the winter season in 156 and 4, and we'll see a lot more of those guys as we go through the inner dirt season down in New York. All right, 2-year-old fillies, state-bred fillies, Sunday afternoon at Aqueduct in the Eastview Stakes at a mile 1/16, 50 thou, the added purse on the race. Again, we go to Tom for the call.
Long distance moving 3 wide, and long distance now pokes ahead in front of Luck of Bounds. Fickle Fanny now back at the inside 3rd. Buddy's Mission is 4th. The Wall Street Wiz too far behind. Long distance out for the lead now. Long distance hustled away by a length and a half. On the inside, Luck of Bounds is second. Fickle Fanny has thrown in the towel back to 3rd into the final furlong, and the MiG asking a bit more from long distance, and he is getting it. Long distance will win by a relatively long distance here, and Luck of Bounds and Fickle Fanny. No doubt about it, winner. Long distance by 5 or 6 on the line.
Well, long distance. We saw her win the New York Stallion division last time out, and she has no trouble here at all as she just runs away from these gals. She gets her mile and a 16th in 1:45 and 3. All right, that's the replays for this week.